Hey guys, welcome back to Volume 2 of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas vs Cyberpunk 2077 comparison video. First of all, before we start the video, I just want to say thank you, for being here, watching my stupid videos, even though most of the time it doesn't make any sense. So yeah, thanks for sticking around. That's all I wanted to say. Anyway, I'll be dropping a big announcement Monday next week, so stay tuned for that. It includes details like my new upload schedule and how I'm going to create content from now on. There's also going to be a new challenge that I'll be doing for this channel, so yeah, stick around. Also, if some of you are still wondering why I'm even comparing a more than a decade-year-old game to a recently released one, it's because I want to check how old games compare to recently released titles. Like, how enjoyable is the game without experiencing the main story? How immersive is the world? How detail-oriented is this game? Remember, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas in Cyberpunk 2077 is a sandbox game, the opposite of a linear game where you get to do whatever you want. There's less emphasis on a specific sequence of events that must be taken, or for a lack of a better word, you get to do whatever you want however you see fit. Or maybe I just really want to compare Cyberpunk to different types of games because it's basically a meme at this point. Anything you see or hear from this video, please just take it with a grain of salt and you'll be just fine. With that said, let's begin. But before that though, make sure to subscribe and turn on your bell notification icon to get notified every time I upload a new video. Let's begin. Let's start this video with this one. In Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, when CJ runs for a long time, an idle animation will actually trigger, showing him catching his breath and slowing down. While in Cyberpunk, unfortunately, you don't get this much level of detail. V can run for a long time, but you'll never see him slow down to catch his breath. I do hope CDPR adds these tiny little details in the near or far future, but for now, the first point goes to GTA San Andreas. For the next detail, let's move on to Police AI. Did you notice? In Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, when you commit a crime and try to escape with the car or any vehicle in that regard, the police will still try to chase you and they'll even send tanks and helicopters depending on your wanted level. Heck, you'll even spot a news chopper reporting on the scene trying to get aerial footage of what's happening. While in Cyberpunk, if you really pay attention, you will notice that there's actually no such thing as a police chase. Most of the police in Cyberpunk just stay at a certain area where the player is at, and if you try to run or leave that area to escape, well, that's pretty much about it. The cops in Cyberpunk won't even bother going after you. In Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, when you walk on fire, CJ will end up catching that fire and will cause him some damage over time. But it can be stopped if you jump into a body of water or roll on the ground. While in Cyberpunk, if you stand on something that's burning, you'll catch the fire, but V never takes any damage at all. Yeah, 9 years of development. In Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, when you crash into another vehicle, the pedestrians inside that vehicle will either say something towards CJ or will get out of the vehicle out of frustration and will yank CJ out of the car to brawl it out. In some cases, they will actually tail you around and will crash into your vehicle multiple times. While in Cyberpunk, no matter how much you crash into some pedestrian's car, nothing will change. Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity? It's doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Yeah, it's always going to be the same reaction over and over again. Another point for Grand Theft Auto. Here's another interesting but a bit hard to notice detail if you don't look for it really carefully. In Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, when you walk on a pool of blood from a pedestrian you just killed, CJ will actually leave a bloody footprint on where he walks on. While in Cyberpunk, no matter how much blood is spilled when you kill a pedestrian, you'll never be traced since no bloody footprints will ever be left on the crime scene. Plus points to GTA, obviously. Alright, there you have it guys. That's pretty much about it for today's comparison video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm just really glad you managed to watch the video up to this point, so yeah, thank you for that, it means a lot. Also, drop a comment below about anything you think that's good about Cyberpunk 2077, and I'll pin the best answer in the comment section. Also, I will do a shoutout for you in my next video, so yeah, why don't you participate with the comment section. And as always, thanks for watching, you guys take care, and yeah, bye!